Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Beer with the Boss. I'm Rodrigo Matos. I work at Webera. And as you know, this is the podcast where a guy and his boss share a beer, talk about technology and whatever is trending out there.
And I'm Joe Zamboni, CEO at Webera and co-host of the show. I'm here to pour you a pint of knowledge on the latest technology trends. Cheers to another episode of Beer with the Boss.
Cheers, Joe. What are you drinking today, man?
I think I bought too many Pauliners. I got another one this week. At least it's different on the Salvador Double Bock, which is a good beer because I remember the Bocks that I used to drink when I was a kid or younger. They were very bad and harsh. This one is kind of good. I like it. So how about you?
I'm drinking an American one. It's not very common for us to have American beers here in Brazil. Not like, of course, we have the famous ones like Budweiser, etc. But this is Lagunitas. It's an IPA. It's from California. I like it. It's very good. And I love that in the bottle, it's written, "Beer speaks, people mumble." I love it. So it's a very good one.
Good.
I like my IPAs. Yeah. And beers do speak.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
The idea for us today is to talk a little bit how AI is changing the way we work, play, communicate, and do basically many other things. ChatGPT is everybody's talking about ChatGPT right now and OpenAI, and I would like for us to discuss that today. What do you think?
Yeah, that is awesome. I think is we're past due right now, right? Because it changed the whole world.
Yeah.
I think it's the best applications to get 100 million people. I think
that's 5 days. I think, right? 5 days. That's crazy.
No, it got to 1 million in 5 days.
Okay,
and it now already hit 100 million in less than 2 months or so.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and they're already saying they're going to charge us $20 a month, right? Which happily pay for that, would you?
I'm ready. Get my money.
Please get my money. All right. So, for this episode, everyone, first thing we did was to go to ChatGPT and ask the question. We want to record a podcast episode for Beer with the Boss about you, and which questions should we ask you? And then it gave us 7 questions, but we don't, AI is not our boss yet, right? So we can still decide what we're going to do still. So we decided on 3 questions, and I want to ask you one of them, Joe. Well, using AI, ChatGPT, and all these tools that are coming within the next few years, I suppose. What are the ethical considerations surrounding AI and ChatGPT, such as bias and accountability, that you would talk about or that would come to your mind?
Ethical in the human history, being ethical, unfortunately, is a little fluid.
Okay.
History tells us that ethics changes across the history. It's unfortunately that people normally believe in things that are true for them, and they think that everyone else has to obey by those rules, which is risky in a way. But I think the world, in a way, always go to the more freedom kind of place of things. So I hope the AI helps us to be more free or in the future. I think the ethical concerns that are more like we are saying here, right? We ask AI to do this just to, like everyone else is doing podcasts and videos about like what the AI would do about this and this. And then people start assume that just because the AI is saying that that's the true or the truth. And that is a big ethical problem because maybe it's not the true, but because the AI told them, they assume that it's the truth. And then you have ethical problems with other humans because they don't believe in that or they are not supposed to believe in that anyway. So that's one, I think, issue is that the source of truth of humanity becomes an AI, and then we have a problem, right? Because
that's dangerous.
The other ethical issues that we may have is that people start to believe that happened to a Google engineer, that the AI is somehow alive.
Okay.
And that they have rights or things like that, which is not good, right? Because like they're not based in carbon, they don't have our history, they don't have questions about who created it. They don't
Hmm.
have any questions. They know that we created it, and they are just a statistical algorithm that generate awards based on previous data. So I know that probably the AI in the future will analyze me and try to kill me, but that's true.
Yeah, I have
Like
no
doesn't matter
idea,
what
but
I think, that's the truth.
yeah, are they? Are they? I don't know if we would have that information, but I'm sure they're using AI for military purposes as well, right?
Of course,
Because
yeah.
it makes sense, right? How crazy is that we got to this point in our history that we are the science fiction becomes real, right? There are many films about that, about artificial intelligence, and are they like us? Do they have feelings? Should they have rights? That's crazy that we live to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. And by the way, one of the guys we have an interview like when we hire someone on DevOps, and heads up, you guys, on this question. Like we ask about AI, and then we ask this for like forever, right? And this is one of the first questions. And we actually didn't hire a person because of one of the answers that he gave on, or he or she, I don't remember, on this question. He was like, was somehow like I don't remember the whole answer, but was somehow like the machines will dominate and I on their side. Just like dude,
Yeah.
that's not
Oh
cool.
my god.
We don't want to work with people
Not
like that.
cool.
No.
Yeah. No. No rats, no traitors. No.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, a little bit
nah, we
heavy.
good. Humans, we good.
Humans are better. Absolutely. We have our flaws, but I
Yeah.
mean, we created AI. And well, we're all using AI, right? Or at least most of us. My friends who are listening to this episode, guys, if you're still not using ChatGPT, sorry, please talk to me because I was talking to a friend the other day and he didn't know about it. I was like, man, what are you doing? So, it's going to change your lives. It's going to change the way you work and how productive you are. Well, I'm going to ask you this then, Joe. How using ChatGPT and other AI tools change the way you work or is changing the way you work and your team work?
So I think our productivity skyrocket. Basically, we were like because there's some boring parts of writing code that is writing code. You have the idea, but you have to write out that code, and then that thing just speed up your process. Or writing the code, or writing a paragraph or something. You can have discussions in a way with your own ideas and the AI about like how things look like. So it gives you an opinion on something that you can critique or use, and it's make it so fast because of this, right? You have somewhere to start up on, so even if it's wrong, but like, okay, that's wrong, let's figure out. So it points you to the right direction, as I say, right? So something's wrong, it points you to the right direction. So the productivity skyrockets. Like it's, I would say, I remember that when I started, I think working in the IT area, I would say, I remember to use a lot of not on the writing code, right, but on business side when I started managing projects. I remember to use Microsoft templates and things like that. There were amazing templates at the time. It was like, this is a huge helper. And ChatGPT is a template on everything. It's like you can ask whatever question, it will give you some direction. That's amazing.
We have it available now for us. We know that ChatGPT will have ChatGPT. We're just an example, of course, but it's because everybody's talking about it, and they will have. They just announced this week that they will have premium or something plan. Right, it will be $20 or whatever. How do you expect that AI ChatGPT among these tools will evolve in the near future? Things that they still don't do that you expect them to do, or that would be nice for them to do.
Things that they have to evolve is like being better on telling the sources of information. I think there's many things that I mean, many people produce the content and things like that, and they should be able to get some credit about the source. And we also understand where the information came from. Although it's like, in a way, it's similar to someone reading a lot of books and come up with his own answer. So it's true that AI behaves like that. So it's not really one source, but many sources. So, but maybe have some insight on where did the information come, even if it came from many sources. But I think they
Yeah,
should improve on that. Maybe the integration between the many AIs that we have, I think they will improve. Like instead of having one AI does chat, like one AI that does everything, like email, like images and images and chat together. That'll be kind of nice if you can, in the middle of a conversation, just add some image and then ask to tweak the image. What do you think? Do you think that's something that you
yeah,
see us?
absolutely. Just like comment on the first thing you said about the credit, right? I have many of artist friends, designers, etc., and they before ChatGPT was a thing. Actually, we had a boom of the image AIs, right?
The
Those
DAO
AIs
AI.
that,
The DAO.
yeah, and well, these AIs use images that were created, art that were created by real people, right? And compile all those things and create their knowledge. And I saw a lot of people complaining about that and say boycott and whatever. I'm like, okay, I understand that you're angry about that. I don't know if you got to the point of boycotting, but maybe something like that, it was a good idea. Just give a credit to what we're using this references, right?
Yeah, but it's no difference than like they will see a picture of some other artist and get inspiration from.
Exactly.
There's no really difference. I don't see that the huge difference, because like many things that we see those days is like, I mean, we've been painting drawings for several millenniums,
Millennia.
right? So
Yeah.
you get inspiration from something. It's very rare when you see something that has not been inspired by something or someone or even a real image. So it's pretty hard those days to, oh, I did that and it's unique. And then not because it's like people don't live in a cave. Somehow they look at the sun the first day and they make a very beautiful painting. They go to draw school, they keep training. And the ones that do every day, it's like the guy who has a picture per day, a very crazy picture per day on Bebop or something on Instagram. I don't forgot his name. He does this every day for like several years. He's so fast on doing new things and testing things, uh, and that is amazing. Just be happy.
Yeah, try and use that in your favor, I guess, as well, right? That's
Yeah,
what you should do. And just answer to your question, I think that what you answer makes a lot of sense. What you said makes a lot of sense for different AIs to work together. Like, and we have an example in house. We work with several different tools. And for example, we ask ChatGPT for inspiration on a topic for, let's say, a blog post. And then we go to AI that writes the blog post for us. We use internally Jasper, right? I don't know if you can say that. We're
yeah,
paying for them. We're
yeah. We
paying
can.
them, so maybe they should give us a discount because we said. But any of this type of AIs, and then Grammarly comes in to correct grammar or
Yeah,
to improve the grammar. I actually had
exactly.
a lunch club meeting today, and we were talking about AI, and I told the person I was meeting with that I feel powerful when I see that because I see AIs fighting, and I feel like a
Yeah,
puppeteer, like, oh, fight puppets. So yeah, I guess this would be a nice thing to have, like, AIs integrating better together, and for us to use one single tool that would do everything. Maybe
yeah.
that
But
would be an
even
idea.
even though you see, like, we still, I mean, I don't know if because we use so many of them, but we still have our part. Like we edit them and we tell them, no, that is
Absolutely.
wrong, that's not good at what you did here, and then we make some changes, and then it's amazingly helpful, and people should be using all the time. in a way, I love it. I want to use it all the time, but I don't know what will change. Like everything that will be changing in the next year will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are in the another like electricity time. Like the electricity
Yeah.
just got invented or rediscovered, sorry, or light bulb or internet or I don't know. There's magical things that will happen out of this, either good or bad. I don't know. Probably good, I hope, but will radically change because, like, if you are a little generalist, you can get an AI and ask for helping for the things that are very specific. You might get wrong, so you have to be careful to not get wrong. But the power is so
Yeah.
good. Like
To use that for inspiration is amazing. Like if you want to
uh,
write some sort of like, in my case, like I want to write some sort of documentation, I ask for an example of what I could use, and that's it. It will give you an example, and well, give me another one and change this and that now and update. It's amazing. It's amazing, and of course, you cannot just like treat that as you said as the truth because maybe it's not, and you have to adapt to your reality. But to use as inspiration is amazing, absolutely amazing.
one of the discussions,
But
weird discussions that I had with AI was one of the first conversations, and of course, you get to ask, right? Was a weird discussion. I mean, I had some beer, so I can talk. I think it's a bar already, so let's go to the bar for it. But I think I was having a bar discussion with AI, and then I discussed like, okay, because I have this theory that the difference between religion and science is just it's
mm-hmm.
just a fight because of the word truth. There's
Okay,
truth and true, right? Science should only thinking about true and false facts. When science tries to get to the truth, that's a philosophical question, then get messed up because it's trying to fight with religion, and vice versa. Religion should not get caught in facts because they happen or they don't happen.
yeah,
And truth is more like a philosophical thing that you believe, and then it's a whole different. If both get on their feet on this, like, okay, science is just about facts and religion is philosophy or something like that, they will be okay. But then people keep fighting. And I had a discussion about it with ChatGPT, and it agrees with me. But it's also because of the training data is so much, it kept confusing truth with true. So like,
okay, yeah,
so it was confusing to, even though it was agreeing with me, which is great for agree with people. People may agree with everything. It keeps, so the data which was trained upon was like confusing the words, so it wasn't able to get the
okay,
differentiation. So it's, you see,
yeah.
it's like I mean, it was a bar
Cannot,
discussion with AI. So
yeah. That's good. That's cool. One thing I noticed is that it doesn't really. Well, if you misspell a word or something like that, it will understand you and will get the context. So with words so similar as truth and true, it makes sense that it would get confused, and a philosophical question as well.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Can do philosophy? No, not yet.
not yet.
Maybe you have
It
to be
doesn't
human
drink.
for
It
that.
should be
Yeah.
drinking. So
It doesn't think it has the answer for everything. They're clear that it doesn't have the answer for everything, but maybe that's different with humans, right? We know that we don't have the answers for everything as well, and that's
no,
where
we know the
philosophy
answer for
starts.
everything.
Yeah,
Like the answer for
yeah.
life is 42, right? You know that, right?
42. No, I don't know that.
You don't know that?
I don't know that.
So search on Google. That's for you too, guys. And then ask for the
Okay, guys, if you find out, leave it in the comments. The answer for life. Answer for life is 42.
yeah.
All right.
What's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is 42. It comes from a book. It's a good one.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
you told me that, but I don't remember. Anyway, just for us to finish, Joe, I asked the AI I asked one question, which was, well, AI suggested 7 questions. And the last question was, can you tell us about any exciting projects or developments that are currently in the works for AI and ChatGPT 3? And it gave us 5 different things that should be coming soon for ChatGPT specifically, which is natural language processing (NLP), integration with virtual assistants and chatbots to improve conversational abilities, efforts to use ChatGPT as a code generator for development teams to revolutionize how we develop software, combining ChatGPT with other technologies like voice recognition and computer vision, which is amazing. And the last one, to start using AI in the entertainment industry to create more interactive stories, games, and more, which I thought was amazing. So just for all of you listening to us, maybe this is something we could expect from ChatGPT in the near future. Yeah, if we all pay our subscriptions.
Yeah, and we also are trying to use it in a way like we've been discussing, like how could we use ChatGPT, because we are an operations company, right? So, and then the idea that we came out so far was like to train, because you can train the ChatGPT model in some data, was to provide data on how we solved some errors, and that will help the AI to give us answer faster. So, like an example, the idea is like when one of our customers have an error, we'll logs, right? We'll send all this data to GPT, which we don't know how much it's gonna cost, and then we can get answers fast on how to solve the problem. So that is something that we are exploring on how to do and how to not break the company. Why you asking sending all this data to GPT? Because we do this, right? We have those SOPs, right? Standard procedure, and we have on these some procedures when failures happen, like generic but applicable to technology that we do, so people don't get like a repeatable problem. Either we automate or we have on how to fix. Instead of this, we're gonna tell the AI to, okay, that happened, do this, so people don't have to go and read all those documentations and say, oh, that's what I have to do.
If the AI doesn't kill us all, we're going to be back next week. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm kidding, but I'm not as well. Well, I'm done with my beer, Joel. I don't know if you have any, but really appreciate sharing this beer with you today. And well, for all of you listening to us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to like this episode, to leave your comments, to activate notifications, to share with your friends or colleagues, whoever likes a beer or likes tech training topics. And shall we do that next week again, Joe? What do you say?
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you guys for listening to us.
Thank you, Joe. See you next week, man.